Another fresh blow for Novak Djokovic. The tennis star, who is unvaccinated, may be forced to miss tournaments in Indian Wells and Miami because of travel-related vaccine restrictions. What does it mean for his plans of playing in the United States? Is the extended travel ban for unvaccinated athletes another setback for Novak Djokovic? It recently came out that the United States Travel Authority has yet again extended the requirements for non-citizens to be vaccinated against the COVID-19 and variants until April 10th of this year or beyond. Djokovic has already been banned from playing because of the vaccination restrictions. The way things look, unless he accepts the rules and gets vaccinated against COVID-19, he may not be playing in the USA anytime soon. One of the world's leading reporters on the game of tennis, Ben Rothenberg, published a tweet explaining that if Novak Djokovic remained unvaccinated, he would miss out on another year of playing in tennis tournaments in Indian Wells and Miami. The vaccination debate felt like it might be coming to an end, but that isn't the case for international athletes who have not received a vaccination. What else could this mean for Djokovic and other non-vaccinated athletes who want to compete in the United States? Novak Djokovic is not the only athlete affected by the travel bans for the non-vaccinated. However, Djokovic has been outspoken and has repeated he will not get the shot. Novak Djokovic is not a small name in the world of tennis. He is one of the best players on planet Earth. He's won 21 Grand Slams, and he missed the US Open last year for the very same reason, the vaccine. He is always one of the favorites to win any Grand Slam he participates in. The winner of the US Open last year was Carlos Alcaraz, but it leaves many to wonder if the results would be different if Djokovic played. It's one example of the many ways the sports world has been reshaped by the pandemic. News came out that the United States Travel Authority extended the travel ban into April after Serena Williams' former tennis coach Patrick Mouratoglou expressed his opinion that Djokovic could very well suffer from emotional baggage, which could cause him to struggle at the Australian Open. Novak Djokovic and the Australian Open have some recent history. Djokovic was deported before the Grand Slam last year in Australia. It made waves in the tennis world, drawing major attention to the situation revolving around athletes and the COVID vaccine. He refused to be vaccinated, and the blowback was huge for all involved. However, this year, Djokovic has been granted permission at the Grand Slam in Melbourne. He received a warm welcome in his first-round win at the Adelaide International, but that is the Adelaide International. That isn't the same as the Australian Open, where all eyes will be on Djokovic. The pressure will be ratcheted up big time. The media will be all over him once the tournament is underway. Come January 16th, there may even be some unhappy memories from his departure last year. Critics are talking like they usually do. They predict the emotional baggage may be too much for Djokovic. So it's going to be tough as he has already been through so much since last year. Some are saying even someone as accomplished as Djokovic is not immune, and it may be too overwhelming. Patrick Mouratoglou shared more thoughts, saying, "I hope he doesn't fall apart like he did at the US Open in 2021 because there was too much. But it comes after probably a period where he had lots of rest. Having time off may have been exactly what Djokovic needed. It's the preseason, it's the off-season, and there's no stress of competition. So he's going to be emotionally rested, which is good. It will probably be helpful for Djokovic that he will not be coming straight out of the gate and playing in the Australian Open. Having some time to play and get a feel for competitive tennis again will be an advantage. Djokovic should have time to readjust to the atmosphere of playing competitive tennis in Australia. Novak Djokovic is no stranger to the spotlight. Once the tournament is underway, he should find his rhythm and be a threat to take one more Grand Slam. But that isn't all Djokovic has been up to. He's got a lot more going on besides refusing the vaccination. Russia invaded Ukraine, and Novak Djokovic isn't afraid to voice his opinion about it. Obviously, he has been outspoken in urging Wimbledon to allow tennis players from Russia and Belarus to return to Grand Slam play this year. He's been critical of the All England Lawn Tennis Club's decision to ban players from those countries since the invasion of Ukraine by Russia. In what seemed like an unfair move, Djokovic's criticism earned him a hefty fine and the stripping of his ranking points. Seems kinda messed up for just having an opinion, though it should be mentioned that there is no official word as of yet as far as the decision for the 2023 Grand Slam. The way Djokovic sees it, there is no way the grass tournament can be played without former world number one Daniil Medvedev and others participating. Before the Australian Open, Djokovic was asked about Russians playing at Wimbledon. Of course, absolutely. He said that he hopes Medvedev and others will play everywhere this year. The Russian Medvedev has not been at the United Cup for obvious reasons. The 26-year-old did, however, enjoy a quick and successful start this year at the Adelaide International. His latest victory was in straight sets over Miomir Kecmanovic. Djokovic is in action too at Memorial Drive Tennis Center. He will play Kantan Halis in the round of 16. Making it more exciting is the prospect of Djokovic versus Medvedev, which is totally possible if each player reaches the semifinals. Medvedev understands why he cannot play in the Davis Cup and the United Cup, where he would be representing his home country, but he does hope that he can compete in the individual events. He wants to play anywhere he can and is appreciative when he gets the chance. And all this is happening while Djokovic is once again going to miss Indian Wells and Miami. We've seen the rules surrounding coronavirus relax all around the world. Some countries have even removed the rules, but none of that matters for players and athletes traveling to the United States. Proof of vaccination will be required to play in the USA until at least April 10, 2023. There's some other strange stuff going on in tennis too. Rafael Nadal has been playing kinda funky in the last few tournaments. He lost to Cameron Norrie and Alex de Minaur. Nadal is still heading into the year's first Grand Slam as the reigning #1 seed, so it isn't like the sky is falling. It's just odd. His first draw is Great Britain's Jack Draper, who some are calling a danger man. Tennis thinks that Nadal needs to be on top form because Draper has been playing excellent tennis as of late, and he is an awkward opponent to boot. Nadal suffered an abdominal injury in 2022 that had ramifications for months to follow. He never looked to be completely himself out there on the court. He's been reworking some things in his game in preparation for the 2023 season, so we will see how he looks against the danger man. What else is there to know about the Australian Open? Who are the Australian Open 2023 defending champions? It goes without saying that Rafael Nadal is the defending champion on the men's side after defeating Daniil Medvedev. For the women, the champion was one of Australia's very own, Ash Barty. She was the first Australian champion in 44 years. Unfortunately, Barty will not be returning to defend her crown. She retired from tennis this year. What is the prize money this year? This year marks a record high in prize money for the winners. The total is nearly $77 million, which is about 4% higher than 2022. The men's and women's single champions will take home $2,975,000 apiece, while the runner-up will walk away with $1,625,000 and the semi-finalist will take away $925,000. Not a bad payday for doing what you love. The mixed doubles champions will receive $695,000 per team. The runner-up will receive $370,000 and the semi-finalist will take home $210,000. Who are the favorites to win? Djokovic is always a favorite. He's been on top of the world for many years now and is one of the top dogs at every tournament until we see otherwise. One of the women to watch is Iga Świątek from Poland. She dominated 2022, winning the French Open and US Open along with 6 other tournaments. At one point, she had a 37-match winning streak. She's been the women's ranked #1 player since April. She's been playing so well, she finished with double the ranking points of anyone else, right on their heels. Rafael Nadal is the defending champion. It seems a little bit silly to have him on this level and not the odds-on favorite to win it all, but Nadal has been plagued by the injury bug. He was even forced to withdraw before the Wimbledon semifinals due to injury. Another top player on the women's side is Caroline Garcia from France. Garcia is one of the very few who have defeated Świątek, and she had a second half of 2022 almost as impressive as the Polish master. She was on a tear and wrapped up 2022 by winning the WTA finals. She comes into the Melbourne tournament as hot as anyone, and her momentum should carry her far, maybe even to another war with Świątek. Other mentions: Casper Ruud from Norway is another player that could go far. He was the runner-up in the French Open and will be looking to explode in 2023. Ons Jabeur of Tunisia is another young player looking to make a name for herself in 2023. She made the finals in Wimbledon and the US Open, but couldn't quite pull the victories in either. She is ready to see what she can do this year. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. We hope you enjoyed the video as much as we did. We'll be back soon with more content to entertain you, but in the meantime, please hit the like and subscribe buttons to show us some love. We'll see you soon. Take care.